Guys, welcome back to Life with Sam, where we give you the hot tea of our lifestyle and faith. If you're just tuning in, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, double welcome. Guys, how you doing? So I told you I was going to be consistent, right? Yeah, hence why I'm making this video. But this video is just like a chit chat. I feel like my subscribers, I never really did an introduction video. I never really did a video telling you guys about me. Like, that's very weird. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it's weird. So today's video, I'm going to be telling people, I mean, I'm sure my friends are going to watch this, so I'm sure my friends are also going to be shocked, because there are things here that people don't even know. Like, if you're my friend and you don't know this, I would not be surprised, because it's not something that I really say out loud, majorly because it's something that I forget. I'm like, sometimes I was like, oh shoot, I actually did that. Oh, I was there. I was there. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, so I'm going to be telling you guys 15 things that I'm pretty sure you did not know about me. I'm going to add 2 extra things, or 1, I'm not sure. Let's see how this video goes. Okay, so the very first video is I schooled in Ibadan, where I'm sure you're shocked. I did my primary 4 in Ibadan. My mom took me to a primary boarding school. And before you come and start judging my mother for taking me to a boarding school at that age, my mom was a single mom, so please cut her some slack, okay? And my mom, if you know my mom, which I'm going to bring to this channel when I go back to Nigeria, you guys are going to, like, I cannot wait to bring my mom to this channel. I want her to tell you guys her story. My mom is a single mom who single-handedly raised me and established a business for herself. Her story is just incredible. But yeah, so as I was saying, I schooled in Ibadan. The school was called Lifefort International School. I was in primary 4. To tell you how bad it was, like, I was so young. I think I was like 8 or 7 when I went to boarding school, and it was tough. It was really tough because I was such a dirty child. Like, I don't have shame. I'll tell you, I was so dirty in primary school. God, primary school, I was dirty, like Jesus, like, because I didn't know how to do anything. But the good thing about that school was that they washed our clothes for us. So I never washed. Oh no, they washed our clothes for us actually. So we'll give our clothes to the wash guy, and he'll wash our clothes, he'll iron it, and we'll pick up our clothes. So the only thing you had to wash were your undies and, like, maybe let's say your nightwear or stuff, but your uniforms were washed by the school. Now that I think about it, that school was pretty posh. But yeah, so that school was freaking expensive too. Let me be honest. Lifeport is an expensive school. But she wanted that, okay, if she's going to leave me somewhere, she will at least leave me where she knows that I'll be okay and I'll be fine and they're giving me the best treatment. So trust me, that school was pretty good. I think we ate like 7 times a day or 6 times a day. It was sharp, really good. So the second one was that I was raised by a single mother. I think I already just mentioned that my mom is a single mom. My mom's story is quite incredible, and I cannot wait for you guys to actually hear her story. The third one is I lived in Badagry, Lagos for a while. Yes. And this is also something I feel will shock people. There was a point in my life where I was living with my aunt. My mom took me to my aunt's place because she was doing some business runs. I think that was actually before she took me to boarding school. That story with my aunt is a whole different story, because I think that story is different. That story with my aunt is a horrible story. That what that woman did to me is only because I am saved by grace, and now I know Jesus, that I'm forgiving her. And she's also because of one of the reasons why I do not eat amala. It's funny, it's a funny story. I'll tell you guys that story another time. But yeah, so I lived in Badagry with my aunt, Lagos, Badagry with my aunt for a while. I think for almost up to a year, for a school period. So I was schooling in Lagos. I was in Badagry, I was schooling in Lagos at that time. And yeah, I was in Lagosian at a point in my life before I moved back to Abuja, where we have the good roads. Can somebody say hallelujah, amen? So another one is I have a stepbrother. I hate the fact that I call it stepbrother, because he's actually like my baby brother. He's my brother. So I have a brother, the same mother but different fathers. And yeah, my brother means everything to me. My little brother means everything to me. As I said, when I get back to Nigeria, you guys will see my family. I'll introduce you to them as individually, like my sister, everybody. You guys will just see them. Another one is I was raised Catholic. I'm a conch, like, according to if you want to put it, like, what's the word? Holy Ghost, help me. I was raised Catholic. Now I'm a conch Pentecostal. That's the way we put it right now. But I don't like to put titles. I really don't like titles. So I'll say I'm a believer. I'm a strong I'm more into the charismatic ministry right now, which is crazy because I was raised Catholic. I went to the Catholic church. I did my catechism, I did Holy Communion, all of these things, which now that I think about it, I'm like, man, wow, like my life is so different right now. And I remember like there was a friend of mine that was into like the charismatic ministry then in my secondary school, and she would ask me, why do you do this? And I would never be able to give her an answer because I always like was so strong about like saying that no, my way is the right way, all of those kind of things. I'm not saying there are Catholics out there that are not what's the word, serving God faithfully, but I will say that there's a lot of the doctrine in the Catholic Church that honestly is not scriptural. And now that I think about it, what I used to do back then, I'm just like, man, God, you saved me. Like there was a story time I'm going to share with you guys of one day how I just finished committing a sin and my mom was not around, so I took taxi. Like I think I was about like 14 and I ran. I took 15 actually. I took a taxi and I went to the church. So this was not the day that they took confessions though, and I went to meet the father. I went to go and meet the father and beg him that please, I want to confess my sins, I don't want to go to hell. I had such a, oh Lord, you guys don't want to do my life before Christ. So that is one of that. And the next one is, I was born and raised in Kaduna for 2 years. So I was born in Kaduna. I think I've lived in a lot of places. So now that I think about it, Lagos, Ibadan, Kaduna, Abuja. Wow, I've lived in four states. No, Ibadan and Lagos are the same state now, Borika. Wait, let me be sure. Where is Lagos located?
A few minutes later.
Ibadan is Oyo State. Wow, Borika. Do you know I always thought that Ibadan and Lagos was the same state? Thank God for knowledge and Google. So yeah, I've lived in Oyo State, I've lived in Lagos State, I've lived in Kaduna, and I've lived in Abuja FCT. 4 states. That's actually, I'm guessing that's a fun fact about me. So I was born and raised in Kaduna for 2 years. My father lived there with my mom in the where my dad used to work. There was a construction company, so they had this, like, if you know Beggar Camp, for example, all these construction companies, they have a place housing where their people can stay. So we used to live there in Zaria. Yeah, I think we lived in Zaria. So another one is going to be, I am from Benue State, and my mom's tribe is Tiv. People don't know this about me. Most people think I'm Igbo. Guy, how just because I'm white I'm Igbo? How do I even look Igbo? Do I sound Igbo to you? People say I sound Igbo. I don't know whether or not I should take that. I'm not saying that's offensive, but it's just like, bruv, like you're telling me I sound Igbo. Haba. Like, I'm not being saying offensive. It's not offensive. Nobody should come at me. It's not bad to sound Igbo, but like that means you're telling me I don't pronounce my words well. Like they said I sound conk Igbo. I have an Igbo accent. Like it's offensive now. No, now that I think about it, it's offensive to me that I'm in northern and like I'm from the north central, and you're telling me that I sound Igbo. Let's not even go into that today. So guys, if you're watching this, tell me in the comment section, do I sound Igbo to you? Like, since you're watching this video, and be honest, don't lie. If you lie, God is watching you. Do I sound Igbo to you? So now another thing is that I've never been in a serious relationship. Yes, I said it. I've never been in a serious relationship. See, as far as I'm concerned, secondary school, if I see anything that happened in secondary school, what's that? What? Relay what? Relay shower? As far as I'm concerned, anything that happened in secondary school was me doing tinini tanana. I was not serious in my life. I don't even know what a relationship was. I've never been in like a serious committed relationship with somebody. That's just the truth. There've been situationships up and down, and that, God, in this life, if I ever enter a situationship again, die by fire, God forbid. But there've been situationships up and down, right? But I've never been in a committed relationship where it was like, oh, I'm in a relationship with you, we know what you are doing. Nah, that has never been me. And I hope never to be in one to say I've been in a serious relationship before. I hope that next time I'm in a serious relationship, that's my husband, that's the dream, that's the vision about that, because I'm not about to play games on the streets. I'm not about to play games on the street. I'm 22. there's no timeline for me, but I'm 22. I'm an old woman. I cannot be playing games on the streets. I'm actually turning 23. Let me just put that out there. So another thing is that I write music and I sing. So there's actually been a song of mine that I wrote it with somebody that is out. The name of the song is Wholeness. I am part of a music band called Young Ecclesia Worship. It's under the ministry that I'm in, Young Ecclesia Nation. You guys can check them out at We Are Yen on Instagram and Young Ecclesia Worship on Instagram. Trust me, that song is amazing. The name of the song is Wholeness by Young Ecclesia Worship. I'll put the link down below so you can check it out. One other thing is that I have almost 100 cousins. This is what I'm pretty sure none of my friends can even guess. So now let me explain that story. My grandfather married 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wives. 8 wives. Now each of those 8 wives, my grandma is the last. My grandmother gave birth to 8 kids, and each of those his 8 wives gave birth to about like 5, let's say 6. So they gave birth to a lot of kids. So already that's about like 50 to 60 children that the man had. Why would somebody be so determined to impregnate women and just give them belay? Like, I'm trying to understand it. Now that I think about it, man, that man though, what? Let's not even go into that because I never met him. So yeah, he had about 50 to 60 kids, and because of that, now multiply 50 times 2, that's about 100. Now that's, I'm just saying that if they even give birth to 2, like, because my grandfather's last child is 27. That's my elder brother. I call him my elder brother, but he's really my uncle, because we grew up together, because it's like 20 years difference between him and my mom. That's a story for another time. So let's say the last born is about 27, so all the other kids are about like 30s, 40s. So let's say they even had 2 kids, that's about 100. But we are forgetting the fact that most of them may have had 3, 4 kids. So I most likely have about 100 cousins or more. That's such a strange thing. Wow. So yeah, that's one. Another fun fact about me is I dropped out of med school. So when I first came to this country, I was going into medicine. I've always wanted to become a medical doctor. I think it just came from that nature of me wanting to see people healed. Before I even knew about Christ, I just always wanted to help people. I just wanted to be a blessing to people. And I came into medical school, and when I came into medical school, after 1 year, God made me realize that this is not the course for you. And yeah, I changed my course to public health, which is something I love, and I'm graduating in June. I'm so excited. I can't wait to finish school. I'm tired. I just want to make money. I'm tired. I want to finish school. But God directed me to change my course, and yeah, that's where I am right now. So another fun fact is that Samantha is not my first name. My first name is Borbala. Samantha is my middle name, and my mom got it from this show called Days of Our Lives that they used to watch back then in their time. So it was such a weird stuff like that. My name was gotten from a show. Very weird. One thing again is I love to play table tennis and badminton. Now I'm not the best at it, but I beat PK, and I have proof. If you don't know PK is Pastor Adekunle Osilaja. He's a pastor at Celebration Church Nigeria in Ibadan, and I beat him, and I have a video to put it, and I'm going to put this video here where you see me beating him. And yeah, I beat him after he beat me, like, let's say he beat me like 60, I beat him like 40. Actually, that's a lie. I think we were playing a game of 10, and he told me that he's sure. I think this is what he said. He said, like, I can swear that I'm going to give you, I think he said we're going to do a game of 20, right? And in the game of 20, he was like, he's sure that I would not beat him or something like that. It was just something, but last time I shall beat him, and that's why you see me, I was relating here like a fish, because I was so excited to beat him so that he'll stop making mouth. Because PK can be so competitive, but guess what? I'm also very competitive. So now another thing is that I was in a dance group and a music group when I was in secondary school. Yeah, like I was in a dance group. I used to dance. I still dance, but my dance, like now I'm trying to learn that leg walk that everybody is learning, and it's like I just do not understand, how does your leg come up that fast? Like, why why would someone even create a dance step like that people cannot learn with ease? Like, I mean, I got shaku shaku, like you're like shaku shaku, hey, you're like this. I got leg walk, the one that you move your body. I got base. You're not giving me exercise. Yesterday I was going to work out. I tried to practice that thing. After like 30 minutes I gave up, because I'm like, you know what, I've worked out. That thing is a workout. They are not masquerading it and saying that it's leg walk. Leave me alone. Another thing is that I went to an all-girls school. Now this is the remaining 2 extra points, 17 things. I guess I'll say in this video 17 things. No, I'll just say 15 things and then the extra stuff, because 15 is a perfect number. But yeah, one more thing is that I went to an all-girls school, an all-girls secondary school for 2 years, where I cut my hair. I was on low cut for like a long period of time. By the way, if you notice me looking up and looking down, it's that it's hard. Like sometimes I just want to look at my beautiful face, y'all. But I have to look at the camera so that you guys will not be confused. But yeah, I went to an all-girls secondary school for 2 years. The name of the school was Regina Patches. My experience there was we'll talk about that in another video. And another one, I was almost a model. Yes, I was scout, like I was taking pictures for photographers in Abuja, and I almost went into modeling. But yeah, that's another video for another time. So I hope this 17 things are interesting to know about me. I hope you know me better. I hope we can relate with each other better. I hope, what are the things that shocked you? Tell me in the comment section. What things surprised you? Like, what were you like, Samantha, wow, did you really? Oh my goodness, wow, oh wow, what? Like this video. As I said, I prayed for every single person watching this video here. So make sure that you click that like button and subscribe and comment on and tell me what surprised you. Share this with a friend. This is just a fun video. This is not anything special, but I just want you to know that Jesus loves you and he cares about you. Invest in a relationship with God today. God bless you and have a blessed day. See you guys next time on Life with Sam.